And now, our feature presentation.
Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face if he worried he hit it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it.
My name is Barry Bremen.
His fantasies took him to extremes. If you watch 48 Hours, you know that fame can seduce even the most rational people. Even as Mike Mater found someone who has no regrets about what he did for his 15 minutes of fame.
This is the first time on the Today Show.
It's been several years since he's been in the limelight.
This is the playoffs of Boston Celtics at Boston Garden.
But Barry Bremen still gets excited when he looks at video footage of his years as the sports imposter.
It was a dare, it was a bet, and it was always a fantasy to play professional sports.
From 1979 to 1987, Bremen became famous over and over again. He impersonated baseball players and played in basketball all-star games. He was even bold enough to accept an Emmy Award for Hill Street Blues star Betty Thomas, and even tried to fool people as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. He was always arrested, but says it was worth it, especially when he became a question on the game show Jeopardy!
Barry Bremen picked up this award at the 1985 Emmys, but they made him give it back.
Being a question on Jeopardy is like the Trivia Hall of Fame. It just happens to be that was my niche.
Barry's last impersonation was in 1987 at the All-Star Game in Houston. Since then, he's been resting up and working here at his marketing business in Birmingham, but he says he'll be back.
I'll be 50 in 3 years. There's the senior circuit on the golf links. I still have other dreams and fantasies about that. So I don't think it's over with yet.
In Birmingham, Mike Mater, TV2 Eyewitness News.
He's a wild guy. I've known him for a number of years.
Well, that's the news for now. We'll see you later.
Good night, everybody. Let him in next.
The big stuff. Who do you think you are? Mr. Big Stuff.
The Prudential's This Week in Sports is brought to you by The Prudential. Come to The Prudential and build your future on the rock.
When it comes to cold cash, the old give back in professional sports has been about as rare as the single wing or the perfect bunt. But recently, Magic Johnson returned to the Lakers a sizable chunk of his earnings to keep them under the NBA salary cap. And quarterback Jay Schrader returned some heavy bucks to the Raiders because he didn't think he was worth that much. Now another give-back artist has joined the ranks in return for one night at the side of Detroit Pistons coach Chuck Daly. Dick Schaap tells us about it.
The Great Impostor took off his mask Friday night. Barry Bremen went legitimate. He didn't have to sneak on the court and pretend to be an assistant coach of the world champion Detroit Pistons. Instead, Bremen donated $1,000 to charity for the right to dress as sharp as Chuck Daly and help Daly coach the Pistons to an exhibition victory over the San Antonio Spurs. Bremen is the former insurance salesman who once pretended to be a member of the American League All-Star Baseball team. He almost survived the team picture, once pretended to be one of the players in the NBA All-Star Game, and once accepted an Emmy that belonged to Betty Thomas of Hill Street Blues.
Thank you, and thank everybody, and especially Dick Schaap.
Don't mention it, Barry, but of course you already have. Bremen has also impersonated a Dallas cheerleader, a pro golfer, a football official, and a backup singer. And several times his escapades have led to his arrest and fines ranging from $50 to $500, which makes it very appropriate that Barry Bremen's $1,000 contribution Friday night went to Detroit's Police Athletic League. After the Pistons' victory, I hope Barry will now retire undefeated. Robin?
What's going to happen, though, when he takes Isaiah or Bill and tells them to do something? You think they'll listen to him?
They'll hit him in the mouth.
No, it wasn't quite that violent. Actually, Barry did a little coaching, a little reacting, and a little commentary on those at courtside.
Pretty colors. I like that. Very festive.
And eventually, even the new one-time assistant had to face one of Chuck's biggest problems.
I need more minutes. Well, he's got to get more offensive rebounds. That's what I told him. I said, you get more offensive rebounds, you get more minutes.
Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
I am not Tommy John. My name is Barry Bremen.
He said you can't be in the picture, and he came in the locker room with me, and now we got him hiding right now in the sauna.
Barry Bremen, sports imposter. I just came out here. I got the rules down pat.
My name is Barry Bremen.
Number 2.
My name is Barry Bremen.
And number 3.
My name is Barry Bremen.
In the annals of fan fanaticism, Barry Bremen stands alone as a Walter Mitty.
Now, you think you're talking to Danny Kaye, right?
I think so.
My name is Harvey Ackerman, and I look like Danny Kaye, and I appear at all of these things. I am an imposter.
Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Pretending that I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell.
Why do you do this?
I guess it started out as a lark and a dare, and through the exposure that happened being on the Carson Show and the Today Show from the Basketball All-Star Game, people expect it. You know, they expect you to do something once you have broken into, quote, Hollywood.
Entertainment news for 500, please.
Got off that quickly. Barry Bremen picked up this award at the 1985 Emmys, but they made him give it back. Billy?
What is the Best Supporting Actress award?
Yes, it was Betty Thomas's award.
And the winner is Betty Thomas, Hill Street Blues.
Betty was not able to be here, and she asked for me to accept this award and thank everybody else who was here. And thank you, and thank everybody, and especially Dick Schaap. Thank you. Oh, God. Are you kidding?
What's your next number?
My next number? What am I going to do next? I think maybe do the Super Bowl and try to be a Dallas cheerleader.
She has the body of a Venus Lord. Imagine my surprise. You look like a lady. You look like a lady. You look like a lady. Imagine my surprise.
I got in a little bit of trouble because there's a blue law in Texas that you cannot impersonate a female if you have silk underwear, but I got out of that. Yeah.
Now that's a joke,
isn't it? It's a blue law, it was. They put me in jail, and they put me in the tank.
Now that's not a real law, is it?
I think it is, yeah.
You think it is?
I'm almost, it was then, honestly. You know, whenever I do anything like this, you know you're going to get caught. I mean, you know, whether I'm at the American League lineup and they know, hey, that guy doesn't belong, you know that I'm going to be arrested on this. It's simple as that.
We don't get fooled again.
What's the problem?
Pardon me?
What's the problem?
He's an imposter.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What the are you trying to pull? Get your out of here.
I'm sorry.
think you are? Fantasy, Mike. Get off the field.
Now because you wear all those fancy clothes, oh yeah, and have a big fine car.
There he is again. This home video shows our boy, Barry Bremen, this time at the golf course for the U.S. Senior Open.
I went there Wednesday morning, bright and early, before the actual players started to tee off at 7 o'clock, and I saw Larry Loretti and Tom Wargo walk to the tee with Jim Dent, and I went up to him and I said, "You guys mind if I join you?"
I got the rules down pat.
And that's pretty much the way it's been for Bloomfield's own Great Impostor since 1979, from baseball games with the Dodgers and the Yankees to football games with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Barry's been there. But now at the ripe old age of 50, with the seniors, he says it's time to retire.
That's it, Retirement City.
You're kidding, I don't believe it.
No, that's it.
Come on.
That's it.
And thank you, and thank everybody, and especially Dick Schaap.
And this, says Barry, was his crowning achievement.
Well, I think the Emmys. There's no question when I accepted the Emmy Award for Betty Thomas, who I thought was not going to be there.
So it's now history, Barry's last event. And to prove it, he quotes Michael Jordan.
At this time, I do not plan on coming back.
In Birmingham, Michael Collins, Fox 2 News.
Excuse me, people, it's showtime here.
Heck no, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Where?
It all began with a $300 bet, a harmless prank for a few laughs. And then, national recognition, a flurry of speaking engagements, newspaper articles, countless cover stories, television appearances.
Who do you think it is?
Guy in the tennis shoes.
There's two guys with tennis shoes.
It's not a bet. Lady, please pay attention.
And now, the star stature that Barry Bremen acted out in fantasy has become reality.
And he pulled it off.
Starring in his first film, Barry Bremen is the Great Impostor. Experience the whole story of how a dream can come true. Now you can have any one of the country's top experts, motivational speakers, or business leaders speak at your next event just by booking one person. The Great Impostor. A colorful personality, a dynamic speaker, a celebrity. Barry Bremen is the Great Impostor.
Yip, 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 yeah, it's all, folks.